If you are looking to buy a laptop that's reliable, fits your budget and needs, and is also amazing for gaming and streaming, then stay, because today I'll show you specific laptop recommendations for gaming and streaming with a Christmas discount. I'll go through every resolution as well, including 1080p, 1440p and 4K resolution, all budgets included, and I will also show you the FPS or level of performance that you can expect in different type of games. And there are so many laptops in the market that it can be quite confusing. Picking the right one is not an easy task, especially if you don't have enough hardware knowledge, and that's why I will try to make it as simple as possible for you today and give you the perfect laptop for your budget and needs. The link to all of these gaming and streaming laptops will be down below in the video description with the latest prices and availability, and on top of that I will leave bonus laptops for content creation and productivity work as well, in case you are a content creator. My name's Valentino. That being said, let's start. With the best budget laptop, we have one from Acer in the Nitro 16-inch gaming laptop. Now this one is the best one for under $1,000 in my opinion, and you will be able to play any game that you want at 1080p resolution, high to ultra settings with no issues. The reason why you can play these type of games is because you get the Nvidia RTX 4060 graphics card alongside an i7 processor. Now you also get 16 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is going to be the standard for gaming, especially on a budget laptop. And then for the display, you get a 144Hz 1080p display, so you will be able to take advantage of this display. In terms of the exact level of performance, well, it will depend on the game, but you can estimate to average around 70 to 90 plus FPS in high to ultra settings, even in high demanding games. And if you want to play games like Valorant, CS2 or Fortnite, where you want higher FPS in competitive settings, then you can expect around 144 plus FPS. So you have a 144Hz refresh rate, therefore you will be taking advantage of this display, as I said before, and most importantly, it will feel super smooth. By the way, if you buy an external monitor, I recommend you buying a 1080p 144Hz or even 240Hz monitor, depending on the type of games that you play. If you play esports games, you can get away with a 240Hz display, but if you play high demanding ones, I recommend you going with a 144Hz one. Now keep in mind that you can also play at 1440p, so you can get an external 1440p monitor, but I do recommend you turning on DLSS if you will be playing higher demanding games. That way you get a smoother level of performance at this resolution. And then if you want a laptop that's even faster in terms of gaming performance, also the price for this laptop by the time of filming is $850, which in my opinion is a very fair price if you want to play at 1080p high to ultra settings. Now if you want even faster performance at 1080p, or you want to be able to play at 1440p at higher frame rates, I recommend you getting the next laptop, which is more expensive but is quite more powerful, in the Lenovo LOQ 16-inch laptop. This one has the RTX 4070 graphics card instead of the RTX 4060, which is more of a 1440p graphics card. However, this laptop right here has a 1080p display, so if you want to play at 1440p, you have to buy an external monitor. However, if you want to stay at 1080p, you can expect even higher frame rates than the RTX 4060 from the last budget laptop, resulting in about 100 plus FPS on average at 1080p resolution, high to ultra settings in high demanding games. And then if you want to play at 1440p and you want to buy an external monitor, which by the way, you will have the perfect monitor for each laptop down in the video description, in that case you can expect 70 plus FPS on average, but it will depend on the game and the settings. Here you get a Ryzen 7 processor instead of an i7 one, and then you get 32 gigs of RAM, which is more than the 16 gigs of RAM that you get in the budget laptop. This will be amazing for streaming, so if you want to do streaming while gaming, or you want to do something like content creation, having 32 gigs of RAM is going to be way better than having 16 gigs of RAM. And here you get 2 terabytes of SSD, which is plenty of storage for games and also for any application that you may want in case you want to do more than just gaming. As I said before, this laptop has a 1080p display, a 144Hz refresh rate one, so it is basically the same display as the last budget laptop, but again, this one is quite more powerful, so if you want an external monitor, you will be able to play at higher frame rates and have a higher picture quality if you end up going for a 1440p monitor. And then if you want to play esports games, you can expect very similar performance in 240 plus FPS on average competitive settings in most esports titles like Valorant or CS2. The total price for this laptop is about $1200 $2,500 by the time of filming, which is a really good price for a laptop with the RTX 4070. However, if you want the best laptop overall, so you want a good value laptop for gaming, productivity work, and content creation at the same time, I recommend you getting the next one, which is the Omen Transcend 16 laptop. This one has the same RTX 4070, so in terms of gaming performance, it's actually going to be very similar to the last laptop. However, this one has an i7 14th gen processor, which is quite more powerful than the Ryzen 7, especially when it comes to productivity work, content creation, and 3D rendering as well. Then you get 32 gigs of RAM, but here you get a 2K 240Hz display. So this is more of a complete laptop for gaming and also for creative tasks, and you are going to be getting a better picture quality, and you also get a faster refresh rate. So if you want to play esports games in this laptop, you will be getting both higher picture quality and a smoother level of gaming experience. Now, this laptop is a bit more expensive at $1,600 by the time of filming, but I do think that it's worth the price difference, especially if you want to do more than just gaming. Now, if you want the best price to performance just for gaming, then the last one is going to be better because you get a 1080p display, so you get higher FPS and you get it at a cheaper price. But again, if you want the best overall, I recommend you the Omen laptop instead. Then if you want a higher end gaming laptop where you can plug a 4K monitor if you want to, I recommend you getting the next one in the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i. This one has the RTX 4080 graphics card from Nvidia, which is capable of 1440p, very high frame rates even in the most high demanding games, but you can also plug a 4K external display and play at about 70 plus FPS on average, or even more depending on the game and depending on the settings, especially if you want to turn on the LSS. This laptop has an i9 CPU, so it's even better for creative applications, and then you get 32 gigs of RAM, and once again a 16-inch 2K 240Hz display, which in my opinion is the sweet spot for laptops. And as I said before, if you want, you can buy a 4K monitor in case you want to play high demanding games, or you are a content creator who actually needs better picture quality. In terms of the exact level of performance, you can expect around 100 to 120 plus FPS on average at 1440p, which is the resolution for this laptop, and then you can expect well over 360 plus FPS on average in esports games. However, if you want to see those 360 plus FPS, you will need to buy a 360Hz or even 480Hz monitor, because with this laptop you get a 240Hz one, so you will be able to see up to 240 FPS. Now, the price for this one is not cheap at around $2,300, and then if you just want the fastest gaming laptop for any type of work, whether that's gaming or content creation, I recommend you getting the next one. Just keep in mind that it's quite expensive, but if you have the budget to buy it, here I'm talking about the Asus ROG G16 with the RTX 4090, which is the fastest graphics card in the market for laptops, and then you get an Intel Core Ultra 9, which is one of the fastest CPUs in the market for both gaming and content creations. So here you get, in my opinion, the best CPU and GPU combo for laptops overall, and in terms of gaming performance, you can play any game at 1440p or 4K. Now, this laptop has again a 2K 16-inch 240Hz display, so if you want to play at 4K, you have to buy an external 4K monitor. And then last but not least, you get 4TB of SSD, which is plenty of storage for anything that you want, whether that's installing a bunch of content creation applications, transferring files, or downloading heavy games and not deleting them. Keep in mind that the display on this laptop is OLED, so it looks even better than any other display I mentioned today. And then of course, if you want to play esports games, you can expect well over 400 FPS on average in most esports game competitive settings, 1440p, 4K or 1080p resolution. The price for this one is about 3,600 USD, which is the most expensive one. And as I said before, this laptop is not for everyone because it's quite expensive, but if you are the type of person who wants the best of the best and you want to impress the people around you, I think that this laptop is going to be perfect for you. And as I said before, you will have the perfect monitor for each laptop down in the video description, but if you want to see an entire video of me talking about monitors, then I do recommend you watching my video on the best monitors with a discount. You will find that one in the top right corner of the screen. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.